Alright, hi everybody. If you are watching this video, it's because you want an intro to DaVinci Resolve 15. This is the software that we'll be using in video and film production. When you first open it, you should see this window here that shows your projects. Unless you've already started one or another student has, you shouldn't really see any new projects in here. You should just see Untitled Project, and you could start there. But first, before we even get that far, I want you to create a new database. When you click this, instead of connecting, I want you to create. And you can name this file video, well, not idio, video and film. And when you go to click to select a directory, it's going to bring up everything here. Now, as you can see on my example, it went straight to my C drive. If that's the same case for you, if it says this PC, Windows, C, then that's fine. That's exactly where I would like you to create this folder. If that folder already exists, you can just use that directory, but I would still like you to have your projects there. It'll be much faster for you if you have all of your video clips and shots in one location there. Video production will actually be a lot faster if it's being read from your computer. Normally we save other files in PC Lab, but it would be very slow if we did it that way. So make sure that it's in the C drive, and once you're finished there, you should be good. So I'm going to cancel out because I already have one there. Now the next part will just be creating your project. All you have to do is double click it, and now we're inside DaVinci Resolve's interface. And the main things that I need you to know while you're going through here is that you're going to be messing with your media and edit tabs. These are on the bottom. Media is important because without that we don't have a movie. So what you'll want to do first is go into your media, and here, let's see, I think, if I remember correctly, well, I could have a few examples here. Let's go to this in stock. Okay, so basically what I just did is, if you have your shots organized, now this is my home computer, so this is a little bit different from the laptops, but essentially, I would want you to create a folder on the C drive that has all of your stock and all of the shots from your movie. All you have to do is find that folder where everything's contained, and in this case, I just did a bunch of stock videos, but you'll take whatever ones you want. So, I don't know, let's say I like this beach picture, and you can scrub through it to see which one it is, left to right. And if that's the one you want, you click and drag it down into the media pool, which is right here. And it may ask you this. So the clips have a different frame rate than the current project settings. Would you like to change your timeline frame rate and video format to match? Just go ahead and click change. I'm also going to take blurred light and fire. Let's just do that. Okay, so you're going to have a lot more shots than this, but just to start, you have your media pool. You're going to go back to edit, and now you'll see that you have your media pool showing over here next to your main staging area. Now if I take and drag the beach MP4 and drop it on our timeline, you'll see it shows up with video and audio. For those of you who are recording audio simultaneously with your cell phone, this is where your audio will show up. If you recorded audio separately, you'll have to go back to your media pool and add in those pieces. So if I went back here, recordings are going to show up like this. And as you scrub, you could actually get a small preview. Not that it's a good one because it sounds like gibberish, but still, you would just add this into your media pool, and now it's there. So you can go back to edit and then drop this in instead on its own line. Now, if you want to get the audio separated from this, you'll notice that they have a link icon next to the name. So what you have to do is right-click, and if I remember correctly, where is it? Of course, I can't see it now. Hang on a sec. Attributes. Oh, at the very bottom. Okay, so the shortcut for this is Control-Alt-L, but currently the clips are linked. So we're going to uncheck that. And now, if I click back on the audio, the beach doesn't simultaneously select, and I can just click delete on my keyboard. Ah, no I can't. Backspace, that's what I want to hit. Delete removes everything. Backspace will actually remove what you have selected. Alright, so now I have my audio and my video. And what I'm going to do is show you. So, say I wanted to bring in my blurred light. I put that right next to this. When I play this,
and jam both doors of the tab.
It's just going to be a quick transition. Which, that may be fine. Actually, I'm going to mute the audio. But, say you wanted a crossfade between your two clips. So in order to create a crossfade, you're going to have to drag one clip over the other for a little bit, because you have to have both fading over one another. So you have to have video information from both clips as they transition. So that can't just be created. If I were to try and drag over, and by the way, if you go to the left over here into your toolbox, you'll see there's video transitions, audio, title, generators, all this stuff. You go to video transitions, and then you see your transitions up here at the top. There's a whole bunch of these, okay? So, the very top, we have blur dissolve, additive resolve, and cross dissolve. Cross dissolve is more or less the same as crossfade. Now, if I try to drag this over currently, it won't attach to either end. It'll just say, okay, you want me over here, but then nothing happens because there's nothing to cross. So, now if I drag my clip on top of the other, that means that I have it dragging over the top of that clip, and now you'll start to see that I get the option to play it. So now it'll crossfade over. Another way to do this is to bring this back and then see how, like, if I try to grab, it shows both clip edges, and I click and drag this and it shows a small box. And what this box is showing the left edge representing this clip with the blurred light. The right edge of this box represents the end of the beach. So if you put it right in the middle and then do your cross dissolve, you'll get a new option to cross between the two. The effect is more or less the same. It's just that if you're trying to minimize how much one clip is going over the other. And now you get that crossfade. This rule is essentially the same for blur dissolve, all of these dissolves and smooth cut. You can add them in so long as you have a little bit of overlap on each. There's also open effects where you have blurs and all of these things. All you have to simply do is just drag that on top, and then you can go over to Fusion and add your different effects here. But mainly what I want you to focus on, or right here even, but the main thing I want you to focus on is just getting those audio and video clips in there, and making sure that you had the tools to make any crossfades wherever necessary. It's pretty easy to use. So we just have our media pool, add in whatever clips you need, go over to edit, drag and drop, make sure everything lines up. If you have any crossfades, just make sure that they are overlapping one another, and then you can add whatever sort of crossfade, blur, anything you need from audio or video transitions. They're all right here. Anyway, this is the very basic intro to this. Start getting your videos put together, and I look forward to seeing what you make. Good luck.